This is an agent. You should be seeing the agent page. So we try to connect as agent 101. They log in. They are going to see their inbound calls, and we see that the status is currently logged off. They are not working now. What happens? They should be joining a queue. In order to join a queue, you enter their current extension and decide where they should be working. You can in this case, the way this specific QueueMetrics was set up, you can decide on which queues people should be working. You can tell them, oh, all of them. You know on which queues they should be working. You tell QueueMetrics. So you're going to see that the status of the agents changes to the agent is logged on. What happens from the point of view of a supervisor? The supervisor has the real-time monitoring I told you before. So they log in, go to the real-time monitoring, and what do they see? They see that the agent, John Doe, was just logged on. The queues he's working on, one or more, in this case is just one, but of course he can work on any queues, and the current extension they're working on. There is not a lot of information shown yet. Let's see that we try and send the agent a call. So we route the call to the queue. And when we route the call to the queue, you're going to see, from the point of view of the supervisor, that there is a call routed to the queue. This call is inbound. The queue, you can see here the queue that the call was routed to, the current caller, when the call entered, the IVR time, how long it's been waiting, the duration, there is no duration. Interesting here, very interesting, you're going to see that there was a lost attempt. A lost attempt means that the asterisk tried to route a call to somebody that did not answer. In this case, it was our agent that was not answering yet. Let's imagine that the agent is going to answer and see what happens. Okay. Now our agents just answer. Oh, you see it. We had a screen pop. Basically, the browser opened up a new window that is usually used to link to a CRM. In this case, this is the sample page on the QueueMetrics website. But from here, you should be able to connect to your own CRM. You see that the agent is now in conversation. The agent can see the call, the queue this call is on, the current caller ID, how long he's been in conversation, how long the call has been waiting, and you can decide. The agent can also set the outcome for this call. For example, let's see that the agent says, oh, okay, this was a sale, so this person decided to go ahead and buy our product. Okay, the agent earmarks this call as being a sale, and from the point of view, of the agent, you can see that this call was marked as a sale. They can mark the call before and after, as soon after the call is finished. Okay. Now let's see what's going on from the point of view of the administrator. The administrator is seeing that the agent is in conversation, has been in conversation for 1 minute and something. You can see the person that the agent is in conversation with, and they can do a number of things from here. So, for example, they can, if you install a VNC client, you can see the screen that the agent is seeing. You can send messages to the agents. You can do QA for this call. And the other important thing is that you can monitor this call, meaning that you click here and you're going to be able to, basically you get a call back and you're connected to the call that is going on, so that you can track what's going on at the agent level. The other thing that the supervisor can do from here is sending information to the agent while he's handling calls. So let's see, test. Oh, sorry. We say that everybody's going to receive this, so you can really target this by queue or by a number of things. And the agent is going to see messages just sent. So let's go back. The other things that the supervisor can do from here are when monitoring an agent, they can log the agent off and on and off, and they can pause and unpause the agent, so they can force the status to be the one specific. You can see from the point of view of the agent that now we see that the agent status is not green anymore, but is yellow. This means that the agent is busy. We can see the queue that was handling the call, and as soon as the call is over, the timestamp for the last call. So let's say that we're going to close this call. Okay, this call went down, and we see the timestamp for the last call that was handled. From the point of view of the agent, the call was handled, so it's terminated. The other important thing that your agents will do from here are first pausing, meaning that they can not only go on pause, but they can decide the pause reason. For example, they can set the lunch. This is used in QueueMetrics when computing the time that people was on to distinguish between billable and unbillable time and payable and not payable time. Also, the other important thing about this is that this way your supervisors are immediately aware of the status of your agents. They can know when the pause started and why they are on pause now, so that they can take corrective action if that's needed. It's another important thing they can do from here. I'm going to unpause so that sorry. I'm going to unpause now. I was saying the other important thing that the agents can do from here is that they can do this as a way to dial out. This means that they have a way to call external numbers. This is not meant as a complete dialer solution, but is a way to do callbacks. When you do callbacks, you do not simply place calls out of your call centers, but you're going to track them as members of a campaign so that you can make meaningful reporting on it. And you can understand what actually went on, distinguishing calls that were made for a specific work reason, say, as opposed to calls that were made for personal or internal only reasons, and you do not want to have them tracked in QueueMetrics. The way this works is exactly the same. They basically select which campaigns they should be made and enter the number to be dialed. As soon as they answer, they are dialed, and as soon as the call answers, you see, you're going to see that there is an outbound call for this agent that is ongoing. You're going to see the same information on the live page. So let's hang up. What I'm going to show you as well now is the other part of QueueMetrics that is very important. That is the part about reporting. When doing reporting, you have a lot of information that you can filter. You can decide who's going to see this, and you can decide which data blocks are going to appear in the reports, so that you can create specific reports. You can create specific reports for different people. When you do this, you're going to get a real lot of information about what's going on. So I'm going to go very, very quickly for the moment. The one thing that is very important here is that what you're going to see in your reports can be exported as PDF or XLS. Say we export this as PDF. You're going to get a complete report. This report can be either printed, stored, and printed by the user that is actually looking at it, or you can have QueueMetrics send it to you automatically at night, for example, so that, for example, every day or every week you get a report mailed to a set of users. You can see details of statistics about unanswered calls, about SLAs. You can get a lot of information about area codes that they are calling at. You get information about IVR. In this case, we don't see any in this system, but you can track IVR traversals, IVR timings, attrition, and goals. You can see attempts. This is extremely important, meaning that it lets you see which agents were answering calls and which agents were not. This can be used for two reasons. On one hand, you can use this in order to understand the behavior of your agents. The other thing that is very important is that sometimes you have routing errors because some telephones are having issues. So you're going to see that some agents are not answering, not because they are not doing a good job, but because they are not in a situation to know this. This is very hard to diagnose, so it is important to understand what went on. You can get information about what went on during specific periods of the day, so the number of sales, the number of people who are behaving correctly, the average queue length, the number of the SLAs per day, and a number of things. You can get information on an hourly basis, in this case, for example, it's a quarter of hour. This system does not show really meaningful results because it's a test system with very few data. And you can get information about the day of the week. So the queue length, the averages for the day of the week. You can get information about the agent sessions, so you can track the agent sessions. You can get information about their sessions, their poses, their availabilities, the average cost, the cost by location, a number of things here. And you can get a breakdown of what went on for a specific agent by clicking on them, so that you can see, for example, the poses they had, all the sessions they had when they started, each and every pose, the reason, if they were billable, not billable, a number of things here. The last thing that is in this part is the outcomes. Sorry, you're not seeing the correct. Is the outcomes here, so that you can see how many calls belong to each specific activity, which activities were made as poses, so you can see which calls were had billable and non-billable activities, and how long it's been waiting. Then you can see, of course, very specific details about the answered and unanswered calls. When you look at a set of answered and unanswered calls, you're going to see details about the calls. So you're going to see the information about the call. You can get the events that were happened on this call. For example, on this call had 4 ring no answers, so you can see the exact time that each and every one happened. If the call has recordings, you can click here and listen to them, and then you can do QA. QA is the other major part of QueueMetrics that we are looking at. So in this case, you can, for example, let's run a quality assurance. You can enter a value for each and every of these items. You see that the form reacts to what's going on. So you're going to sorry, this was wrong. The form behaves depending, and this form is completely user definable, meaning that it's not something, nothing you see here is written here. Sorry, it's not my data. It's written in stone. So when you save it from here, you can also have a number of tools that let you listen to calls, get information, time, so that you can add notes related to specific points in time. But okay, this goes beyond. You can see that there is a lot of stuff here, and by doing this, you get a lot of information stored about what's going on at the call quality level. Then, when you go back, you can start analyzing this information by running QA reports. You can decide, for example, quality assurance, a period, a location, number set of items you can report on. Whoa. Sorry. Okay, in this case, we don't have many. So we're going to see the details, and you can click here and see the form itself, and then you can have information about agents queue, each and every value, which one we're having issues with, and you can get again reports on summaries, so that you get a printable sheet that you can, for example, give to the person responsible, so that you can understand what went on. And you can even run calibration reports. That means that you can get an idea of how well graders are behaving comparing each grader against the others. Okay, it's this is basically what QueueMetrics does. You can get other information about payroll, a lot of things about configuration. You can do a number of other things here, but I'm not going to show them to you today. What I want to show you instead is the importance of call filtering. QueueMetrics offer a large set of items that you can use to filter, and many of them accept subrules that you can decide what you actually need to do. And this means that you can pinpoint and target very specific calls that you try to look at. Okay, this is basically a very brief introduction to what QueueMetrics is, of course. So before we go further, I'd like to thank you for attending. I'm going to send you this presentation so that you have a reference of what happened today. And I'm going to, if there are any questions about what we said or in general on QueueMetrics, feel free to ask them now.